Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're going to use the Codex as a for doing reviews on on my GitHub repositories, and it is very easy to use it, and it's very useful. And as usual with AI and LLMs and all that, it's amazing and it's very impressive. So first of all, I have this repository that you might recognize from the previous videos. It's called the Daytime Service. I'm going to extend this with a new REST controller, which uses which returns random recipes of egg dishes, and it should use old-fashioned Java code with bad practices, because we want Codex to actually review its own code afterwards in GitHub. First, I'm going to show exactly what the result is, and then after that, then I'm going to show how to set it up and how to connect. The short story is that you enable some connectors on the ChatGPT side, and you also and then you're transferred to GitHub's page, and then you allow it all to happen there. And then every time you comment your pull request with add Codex and then space review, then you will have Codex. First it will add the little emoji with the two eyes, and then when it's done, it will either give you a thumbs up, everything's fine, or else it will tell you what you should improve, and why the code was not good. So first of all, now it is actually creating the bad practice code itself. So here's thinking right now. It says I'm mapping out and creating a new REST control delivered using bad practices. And then it uses comments. Returning null forces callers to handle non-pod exceptions. Yeah, but it's good. It will give us some random recipes. And did it actually also, did it create a test? I don't think it created a test, but that's okay. It's considering whether to run a test or not. Okay, but we should actually have some new classes right now. So let us see what we can see. So first of all, we need to reload from disk. And here we got the egg recipe controller. And here we have it. And then here it says auto-wired instead of using constructor injection. Yes, that's very bad practice. And we have the REST controller right there. Of course, now I told it to give a comment on each line to say why it was bad. It's just so I understand what it was thinking. Then it's returning just an object. It's not type safe, and a hashtag without the generics. Then we put in the maps right here. Recipe, and then the serve.date. That's really good. This is this is quite bad code. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm actually pushing this code right here. I will say, add the egg controller and the egg recipe service, and then I will say my new egg recipe controller, like this. Commit. Yes, thank you very much. And then we wait for the soda cube. We just say continue. Commit anyway and push. And the soda cube was also complaining and say, hey, there's some warnings and something that you should actually do something about. You can also see the warning chain in IntelliJ. You probably know that, but we can press F2 just to cycle between the warnings and also the errors. Okay, so now so good so far. So far so good. And then we go to my GitHub repository. It's right here. So first of all, I'm going to show you this is a result where I already tried this. So here I set at Codex, and then it actually gave a thumbs up, and that means that everything is fine. I did it again actually down. Okay, here I wrote in the comments Codex, and then what it actually did was first I got the eye emoji, which is this one right here, and when it was done, then it said thumbs up, and then it says right here that we didn't find any major issues, keep it up. So that was the positive example right here. So I'm going to copy this part right here, Codex review, copy. And now I'll go back to my pull request because we just created some new code. I'm going to create a new pull request. This is my Codex demo daytime repository, and but we just pushed some code just a couple of minutes ago, and now we have a branch named demo1. That's where we pushed our code, demo1. Now I go to pull request, and then I say create new pull request right there. Then we say we want the code from feature demo1 to go into master, and create pull request. And then we say, some description, my new egg recipe controller code. And I actually don't know if I can add it in the description, but this is the conflicts. That's if there were directly conflicts in the code. If we forgot to pull some code from master for main, that was not for master, that was not merged yet, then we'll get an error there. Okay, so now I'm going to add a comment. I'm going to say, hey, add Codex review this code. Of course, I don't need to write anything else than just Codex review. Then we comment this, and then we see what happens. Codex review this code. And let us just refresh. Oh, see, look what happened there. Now we got the eyes. So now we have the eye emoji. That means that it's actually reviewing. Codex is actually reviewing the code. And while we wait for this to become either a thumbs up or a please do some changes, then we can look at how to actually enable this this cool feature right here. So first of all, you need to have a subscription with the plus subscription or better. I actually asked ChatGPT right here. I actually asked it on how to get this feature right here, and you have to have plus or better. You have to press, so you open up chatgpt.com, and then you press your cute face in the left corner. Then you say settings, and then you go to apps and connectors, and then you press GitHub. I have also connected Gmail and calendar and contacts. The cool thing about that is that I can actually query. I can ask ChatGPT, please, could you please tell me something about the mails from some store or whatever you need to. So then you can actually query ChatGPT with information from your calendar, contacts, and Gmail. You can also ask do I have any appointments for next week, and you will actually get those listed in Chatbox. It's very powerful also. Those are some other connectors. So here we have GitHub, and then I just press connect, and then I got a new screen where I have to sign in and say that it is okay. Here are the settings, and now I'm actually transferred to GitHub, to my GitHub account. Here I can then configure what I will do right here, and here I can say that I want repository access for all of them. And on the ChatGPT side, I can say whether I want to handle all of the repositories, or if I want to, or if I just want to, if I want on demand, that means on request review, and that's what I want right now. Or if I want auto review of all of the repositories. The auto review, it actually requires a business subscription, which is a bit more expensive. So right now I have to write in the comments, please review, and then it will actually review. Okay, let us go back to see how far it actually got. So this was not this one right here. Go back to our pull requests. My egg recipe controller. Let's see what it found out. Didn't find any major issues. I'm a bit disappointed in that. I'm a bit disappointed in this actually. Because we know that there was a lot of we know that we had a lot of bad practice right here. So it did not figure out that there was bad practice code right here. Yeah, that is not good. That is not good. Codex review did not find any major issues. Okay, that's a little bit disappointing, but I would have expected it to find. Okay, let us try to create a directly error. So let us error. Like this. So we create this map right here and we return null instead of returning anything. So let us see if we can find this one right here. So now we have a random egg recipe that will always return null. I would have expected it also to find these bad practices right here, but apparently that is not what it's looking for. Of course, I could just run Sonar, and that would also. Let us go. Let's just refresh. Now we just got a. Now we have another commit, so now we have 2 commits right here, and then we go back to the conversation, and then we say Codex review. Let's see if I can find this error that we have right here. So it does not look for bad practice apparently. So it looks for. I'll be very surprised if we cannot find that now we are returning null always instead of returning the map. So let's see what happens now. On the ChatGPT side, we can say, actually on the Codex, there's some place where we can say that whether we want the Codex. Here's Codex. Let's just try that one. Go to settings there. Settings. Yes, I think it's here. So under Codex and then settings. Then we can go to connectors. Yes, connectors to GitHub, and then we can say settings there. It's a little bit annoying, but we have to go 2 places. Code review. Personal preference. Review all of my pull requests. Yeah, here we can. Here is the settings. So if we enable this, then we need to have the business. Yeah, then we don't have to mention. Then we don't have to mention at Codex review. Let us go back and see if it's done now. I'm just trying to buy time, so actually finish the. Yes, it actually found it now. So now it actually found an error. So it is. So it says right here that it found an error. So we are always returning null. It is always returning null. So please, return recipe payload instead of null. So it finds the major issues, but it does not find bad practice. I guess that is for SonarQube to figure out. I still think it's useful because I can find the errors that actually mean something business-wise. I would also have liked it actually to complain a bit about the bad practices that we use, but it's okay that it just looks for clean errors actually. Yeah, so that is it. What to say right here. So Spring will serialize an empty body, and all right, yes, that's correct. It's useful. Yes, it was very useful. Thumbs up. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so now am I going to merge the pull requests? Yeah, maybe I'm going to delete the code. Yeah, squash and merge. That's fine. So now we're done, and that's how it works. We can set up whether to do this automatically or whether to do it on request like we did now. That's it. Thank you for all of your comments, and thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.